Hello, this is Ron from Joaracrafts, and in today's video we're going to do a new die set called the Midnight Sky die set. This idea came from making the Regeletating die set that we've posted in this channel previously, and while doing that die set we did a dirty pour effect or technique, which made it so the blue and the white are completely split and conflict with each other, making like some sort of icy effect. But today we will be mixing the dark blue and the white from before, and we want it to be a bit more mixed, so the white won't be so contrasting with the blue, but it's going to be a bit more mixed, creating like this kind of cloudy effect, night sky when it's cloudy. And I really like the effect that it made, so we will make it out today again and show the process. So to start with, we will start by mixing sapphire blue and black into around 40 milliliters of resin, and that's going to be, we're going to do like this. We'll have a larger spoon of sapphire blue, and then on the other side we have a smaller spoon of black, basically. So let's get to it. The resin's already mixed, so no need to mix anymore here. It's got a part resin, one part hardener. So this is what I meant with 1 spoon of blue, so we'll take some of this. Doesn't need to be a lot, but like this amount is a good amount. Pour it in there, and then I will open the black on the side, and I'll take the other side of this stick, which is a smaller dosage basically. I'll make it a tiny bit of black only and drop it in there, and that should be the amount. It's like a tiny bit of black, bit of blue. It is also dark blue, so it's gonna be quite a dark color in the end. And then we want to mix it all. And look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? Just make sure to mix everything that's around as well, so there's no bits of dust floating on the walls. And that's the color you want to get. This kind of shiny dark blue. As for the white, we will once again use this snow flocking, which is very white, but it's also got these glitters, and this one we'll use quite a lot, like full spoon, a tiny bit more even, and then mix it in. Mix a bit too fast, there's a bit of dust floating around, we don't want that. Once again, make sure that you mix what's on the cup's walls so there's no dust floating around or getting stuck, because that will actually be noticed in the end product, where there's going to be clumps of white snow, and we don't want that. We want it to be thoroughly mixed with the resin and to look uniform. Okay, this one is always a bit difficult to tell if it's actually a good amount of white. But for today it doesn't matter too much, since the idea is that the white and the blue will mix quite heavily, and the white is not super important to be super white, it's more to create this kind of translucency effect, so the blue and the dark blue look a bit more like clouds really. So there we go, we've got a about 20 milliliters of white, about 40 milliliters of blue. My mixing was a bit rough today, so it might not be quite consistent, but I think it will be enough to show how these eyes turn out. So, the way we want to do this as a dirty pour is that we want to start pouring the blue, and then the white will be on top of the blue, so it gets mixed as it gets poured in. I believe this might be a bit difficult to show on camera, but I'll try to show what I'm doing with the cups rather than what I am doing with the pour itself there, and then I'll show how it looks in the end. So let's try to do this in a good way. So yeah, I'm starting to pour the blue first. It goes in, and then I'll go in with the white and pour it into the blue. And there we go. You can kind of see that the blue and the white kind of mixed a bit, and they are creating their own new color, which is a very cool effect, really. Now we'll do the same for all the others. Okay, there was a tiny bit more than I expected of blue and white, but I'm gonna just double check how it looks like and make sure that the mix is good enough for what I want to achieve. I'm not gonna be poking with toothpicks or anything like that. I just want it to be like very natural, and I think I might want to refill a bit more like here on the D20, since there's a bit of a gap there, and I mean, it is possible that it will be filled up after we put the lid, since it's gonna expand everywhere, but I kind of want to make sure that there's a bit more blue. I want it to be a bit more blue on this one as well. But other than that, I feel quite happy with what we've got already. So let's try this. I'm gonna do a bit more blue over here. And I'm just doing some blue, not mixing anymore. A bit blue there, and a bit... maybe I'll actually use some white over here. It's not super dark at the moment. There we go. I'll just do like this. The fun thing with this effect is that it's always a bit random, really. So every time you take these dice out, they will always look different. Which is both a scary thing, because it might go wrong and might not look like exactly a starry sky or like a cloudy sky, but most of the times it really looks like something very, very cool. So it's always a bit of a surprise, but it's always nice to see that when you're doing an artistic project, really. So yeah, I'm gonna start popping some bubbles, and then we can cap it. I think I might put some resin on top on the lid as well, mostly because I poured some mica powder on top by accident, and also because I'm usually a bit afraid that these zeros get some bubbles in them when I just put a cap, and when I put resin here I am sure that I am filling some bubbles and all that. And yeah, that's just a preference here, because the room is currently at 10 degrees, even though it's starting to get spring, but it's still quite cold, and the resin creates a lot of bubbles as it gets mixed, and even when it stays around here for a while. Alright, this is where we're at. We have sanded the dies and they're ready to be painted. And right now I'm not entirely sure which color to go for. I have tried using Retributor armor before, but I would like to see how they look like with this Stormhost silver. So let's give it a try and see how it looks. So here you go, that's the gold version, that's the silver version. I like them both actually, not super picky about it. It's like, I think the silver goes better for the night sky theme, because then it looks like the color of the stars. So I think I'll go with that for now. But leave a comment down below and tell us like which one you prefer, the gold or the silver. Kinda curious to know what you feel about it. But I think I'll continue with the silver and let the gold be for maybe a variation of the set or something, but silver for now. I think that's the way to go. And there we go. So this is how they turn out with the silver numbers. And yeah, they look like proper night sky stars with the numbers like this. I really like this combination quite a lot. As you can see, there's like this kind of cloudy effect over there and over here, and if I can avoid the reflection, there we go, the dark blue and then the see-through white part and the sparkle as well, make it look very nice. One thing I want to show is that while I was painting the D6, I noticed that the 1 for some reason has these kind of scratches here. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Maybe it just fell somewhere that was a bit rough, or maybe just I scratched it in some way. But it's not a problem at all. The other sides are still perfectly fine and they look great. It's all painted already, so yeah, it's a bit annoying to go back to sanding to remove this one, but it's definitely doable, and you can go over all the grits and sandpaper and sand this face that's affected all the way back to shininess. You'll have to repaint the number and clean it up again, but after that it will look great. But I won't show all that process again in this video, so we'll go instantly to some dice rolling instead. And with that, we present you the Night Sky dice set. It will be available now on our Etsy shop for your purchase. We appreciate you watching the video. We appreciate any comments that you leave in the comment section down below. And if you want to support us, we'd love you to subscribe to our channel, share the video with your friends, and yeah, just give us some feedback about our dice and the way we work. We always try to respond to any comments you leave. We just like to hear what you have to say. And yeah, with that said, thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.